Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commenttary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! Hello and welcome to the Commentators coverage of this EFL Cup tie between Liverpool and Southampton. It's time for me to hand over to match commentator Mike Harniman.
Thanks, Russ. Hi, everyone, and welcome along to the Commenttary Hub's coverage of Liverpool against Southampton from the League Cup third round. I'm your alternative commentator, Mike Harniman, and as we are just about getting ready for the two teams to come out here, in fact, the two teams have just came out on my side, just entered the field of play now. I'll run you through the lineups. We've got Mamardashvili in goal for Liverpool. They made 11 changes, incidentally. Frimpong, Leone, Gomez, Robertson, Endo, Jones, Chiesa, Nyoni, Ngamoa, and new signing Alex Isak. That's for Southampton. They line up with 9 changes from their last league game. McCarthy, Jella, Edwards, Wood, Quasi, and Manning across the back, with Armstrong, Yander, Chiesa and Archer. And I'll run you through the substitutes and the referee, etc., and the rest of the officials in a moment, as we're just going to have a minute silence here before we get underway in memory of Matt Beard, Liverpool's former women's boss, who sadly passed away at the age of 47. May our thoughts and well wishes go out to all of his family, including his brother Mark, who used to play for Stevenage, amongst other clubs, at this difficult time. Rest in peace. The observed moment of silence there for Matt Beard, who passed away aged just 47 years old. Of course, our condolences go out to the Beard family and all of his friends and everyone associated with Liverpool Football Club at this difficult time. Matt took Liverpool to the Championship title 4 years ago, 7 years after leading the Reds to the WSL title as well, and he will, of course, be forever missed by the footballing world. So, I'll run you through the referees in a moment and the benches for the two sides of how things line up. With Chiesa onto Joe Gomez now. Joe Gomez tries to find Isak, but it does well. Quasi does well there for Southampton, I should say. Here's Manning. It's out of play for an early throw to the Saints, wearing their away yellow and blue kit this evening. And Liverpool wearing their famous red home kit, of course. And Manning goes back to Quasi now. Quasi to goalkeeper McCarthy. McCarthy to Wood. In fact, it was Edwards. Now it's with Jella. And now Liverpool have got an early chance here through Alex Isak, and it's well saved from McCarthy. That was good play from Liverpool there. And the Swede was in almost on the score sheet too, but a wonderful save to deny him from the Saints goalkeeper there. It was Curtis Jones that played him through. Knocked on from Chiesa to Isak. And really well saved by the body of Alex McCarthy there to deny Isak grabbing the first goal of the game. Liverpool have a corner though now. I'll give you the match officials after this has been delivered. It's Chiesa short. Sorry, Chiesa gets it short from Robertson, and now Robertson back to Leone, into the area it goes, and out it goes. And Southampton have a chance here of their own to counter-attack. And what can they do here? It's with Chiesa there. Chiesa gets the effort away, and it's well blocked from Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones into Endo. Endo to Frimpong now. Tries to find Isak. What's he done here? He couldn't quite get on the end of that one, could Alex Isak? So your referee and your match officials, incidentally, are Thomas Bramall is the referee. We've got Simon Bennett and Andrew Dallison, the assistant referees this evening, and the fourth official is Lewis Smith. And wishing that chance again for Isak. The goal kick there now to Southampton. McCarthy goes long, and it's a chance here for them to win one in the air, but it's gone behind for a throw, which Robertson takes into Endo. Endo loses out here. Here is Archer. Is he going to get a shot away? He miscues it there. Gets a second bite of the cherry though, and now here's Manning. It's headed away from Leone. Put behind at the second time of asking for a corner to Southampton. Which I think Manning looks like he's going to take this one. Second ball out of play there. He almost had two balls for a second, but he's just put one back to the ball boy. And it's going to be a corner here, which it is Manning that's going to take. 3.5 on the clock, and it's still 0-0. Liverpool and Southampton whips in, and it's a shot from Downs. That was good play. They've got it back though to Southampton. Was that Archer that time? No, it was Armstrong, I should say. And his effort was deflected for another corner. And, deflected wide for a corner, which Manning is going to take again. What do you do here? Let's see if Southampton can cause some problems to the Liverpool back line. In fact, it's brought out from Gomez in the end. It's a goal there, comfortably saved from Mamardashvili though. And he rolls it out to Engamoa. Scored the winner in the Premier League against Newcastle a couple of weeks back, of course, in that 3-2 victory that saw Liverpool keep up their 100% record, which has still continued strong after that as well, with the Reds winning every game in all competitions so far. And Arne Slot's side sitting top of the Premier League, and so far looking good value for that as well. And of course, winning the Premier League title last season, and they look to continue that again, and also to go one better in this competition, which they lost the final to Newcastle last year. Well, Alex Isak was actually on the score sheet in that one for the Geordies. Here's Downs for Southampton. Here is Yanda now. Now Edwards. Now Jella. Here's Downs. Good touch. Archer now. And it goes to Manning. Now Archer. Good effort and a good save as well from Mamardashvili there in the Liverpool goal. Strong hand on that one to deny the Southampton forward from making that 1-0. So two big chances, one for Liverpool and one for Southampton. and they've fallen to the right people, but the goalkeeper's been equal to both so far, as a ball gets whipped in from Manning again, and it's just turned away for a corner from, I think it was Jim Gomez to put it behind that time. It was good build up Armstrong to Manning, back to Armstrong again, and Armstrong gets the effort away, and it's well saved from the Liverpool keeper. 6 minutes on the clock, still remaining goalless. Straight to penalties, incidentally, if this is level after 90 minutes this evening. And it's a chance here for Liverpool to break. In fact, it's with Chiesa now, and it's put behind, is it? No, it's Isak there. Here's Engamoa. Good play from Liverpool to play it out of the back, from the back, sorry, I should say. Here's Endo. Endo as well there. Holds it off and plays it across to Gomez. Not Gomez, sorry, I should say. It was, I think it was Chiesa, in fact. Here is Engamoa now. What can you do here? The tricky winger, Engamoa for Liverpool. Does well to find Robertson. Now it's with Leone, and now Gomez again. Here's Rio Engamoa once more. Isak, Engamoa. Here's Robertson now. Liverpool just comfortably knocking it around across the back. But still remaining goalless. Jones here now. Here's Gomez. Now Robertson. On to Engamoa once more. Here is Isak. Forced backwards. Here's Joe Gomez. On to Leone, and now Frimpong. What can the right back do here for Liverpool? Of course, signed in the summer to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold, who made the move to Spain for to Real Madrid, I should say. Here is Leone now. Tries to find Chiesa, and it's gone behind for a goal kick there. It's a good ball though, and a good idea from Leone. Just a bit too long for Federico Chiesa. And McCarthy knocks it on short to Edwards. Liverpool just playing it around at the back at the moment. Comfortable here for the Reds in possession. Here's Robertson. And now Gomez. On to Leone again. Now that's Chiesa. Here is Frimpong. Chiesa once more. Chiesa to Frimpong again. On to see who it was there, but Liverpool man caught offside anyway. It's going to be a free kick to Southampton here. I've got Cameron Archer on the screen here. The man leading the line for Southampton this evening. It's now with Jellett now at right back. On to Downs. Switches it across to Manning. It was Downs had it right the first time. Southampton last beat Liverpool, incidentally, in this competition back in 2000. A couple of seasons ago. I'm trying to think what year it was now. Just bear with me while I get to my notes here. Winning by 2-0 overall. Home run, one and away. Nathan Redmond on the score sheet at home in the home fixture, and Shane Long on the away fixture. Just trying to see what year it was now. I did have it in my notes, but just trying to see where the information that I put down where it went. But I think it's this bit actually. It was in 2017. Had to grab my information again. Here is Robertson for Liverpool now. Which were beaten in that final by Manchester United by 3-2 in 2017. After defeating Liverpool in the semis over the course of the 2 legs. Here is Chiesa. Now, there's a chance here for to get an attack, but they couldn't do anything with it in the end. Here's Robertson. Now Jones. Now Neone. And Liverpool just playing it around at the back. Here's Frimpong. Coming up to 12 minutes played. Jeremy Frimpong again into the midfield, but given away is Archer now. And now Endo fouls his man. I wanted to take it quick, but Endo got in his way. There's no booking though from the referee there. Thomas Bramwell very lenient in that situation. Here's Jellett now for the away side. On to the number 12, Edwards. No. That's Wood. Quasi. Manning. Goes long. It's cleared away. It's Endo now. Good chance here for Southampton to build up a bit of momentum potentially. Quasi 2 Downs. Done. Good touch there from Archer. That was Yandam in possession. Now back to Downs again. I think it might have been Chiesa that time, sorry I should say. Here's Downs this time though. Here's Quasi. Out to the right hand side to Jellett. On to that's the number 9 there. Armstrong on his 150th appearance, captain in the side this evening. Here's Ngamoa. Now Jones. And now that's Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper, to Joe Gomez. Here's Curtis Jones now. Here's Andy Robertson. Liverpool just comfortably playing it around at the moment. Trying to break Southampton down. Southampton just set up very well though so far with the 5 at the back and then the 4 across the midfield and then just the 1 lone striker in Cameron Archer leading the line by himself. And Liverpool pretty smooth in their set up as well, but they are a bit more attacking with Ngamoa, Chiesa and Nione, who are playing just behind Isak. Looks like it's going to be a throw to Southampton there, which Ryan Manning's over. Almost 15 played. Back it goes to the Saints goalkeeper McCarthy now. On to Edwards. Almost falls over, but does well there to keep the ball. Here's Jellett. But Wood does well there. Bit of tricky feet, but cleared for Archer, but well played from Liverpool to get it away. Here's Joe Gomez now. Back to Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper. All in green. Up to quarter of an hour played. Here's Joe Gomez now. On to Endo. Endo goes to Leone, the other centre back. Back to Gomez once more. And he plays that to Nione, but well played. And Southampton have it back here now with Quasi. Back to the goalkeeper McCarthy it is too. And that is headed on there from down to down, sorry I should say, from Chiesa. Now Manning over on the left hand side. What can he do here? Can he cut inside and put a cross in? No, he can't. It is Downs again. Here is Quasi now. Now Downs once more. Now Jellett. Southampton just in possession here now. You're listening to alternative coverage on the Commenttary Hub. And if you do want to drop us a follow, you can do so at our YouTube account, which of course is the one you're listening on. Also, Commenttary Hub 2 as well, and JB Sports, Storm FM, and Focus on Football and Turton Talks Football as well. If you want to search for those channels, you'll be able to find some of the other places that we broadcast games across to. Turton Talks Football is on TikTok, as is the Commenttary Hub as well. And the rest are all on YouTube. Commenttary Hub is also on X at Commentary Live 1, also on Facebook, facebook.com/the Commenttary Hub as well, to see what we've got coming up across the rest of the week and the weekend. And what we're going to bring you from the next round of this competition too, once the draw has been made, I believe tomorrow. Here is Gomez now for Liverpool. Here's Leone. On to Frimpong. Now Endo. Play here from Liverpool. It's been forced all the way back to Mamadashvili. Here's Joe Gomez now. Now Andy Robertson. Goes long, looking for Ngamara, but comfortably claimed from Alex McCarthy. Just getting a bit animated there. Not quite sure over what, but doesn't look totally 100% happy and satisfied with his performance so far. There's a good ball down the line, and it's from Southampton now and cleared out from Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper. Put behind for a Southampton throw-in. 18 played almost. In fact, it's just going to hit the 18 mark now. Here's Wood for Southampton. He's going to go to the goalkeeper. No, he's going to go across to Quasi, and now Manning. Manning to Quasi once more. Quasi again forces it back to the goalkeeper, McCarthy this time. On to Archer, but well defended from Liverpool there. There's Joe Gomez. And Endo, and now Leone there. Endo again. Does well under a bit of pressure from the Southampton man. Here's Robertson. Now Jones. Now Gomez. Free ball there. Looking for Isaac, but claimed well. So he cleared well, I should say. Not claimed well from the goalkeeper McCarthy. Out of play for a Liverpool throw. Just going to show this replay of the early Alex Isaac chance again after a matter of a minute, which was really well worked and well saved from Alex McCarthy to deny him his first Liverpool goal. And of course, Southampton had that moment as well through Adam Armstrong, which was well saved from Mamadashvili, the standing Liverpool keeper. There's a chance here for Southampton, but the flag is up against Skies and comfortably offside as well. It was a late flag, but certainly was offside. So the referee did well there to stop play and get the decision right in the end. Here is Endo now. Now Leone. Now Joe Gomez. Gomez to Robertson. Robertson to Ngamoa. Ngamoa on to Curtis Jones. Here's Ngamoa once more. Championship side are holding their own here so far. Been struggling a lot in the league this season so far, being beaten more often than not. I think they have only picked up a couple of points in their league campaign. One of those in the derby against Pompey, as the Liverpool fans are now standing and honouring the late Diogo Jota, who passed away tragically in that car crash in the summer, of course, as they always do on the 20th minute. They're in unison with remembering him once more. And his brother, of course, Andre Silva, who was in the car with him too, who also sadly lost his life. Here is Frimpong now. To Endo. And now Leone. Now Curtis Jones. On to Endo again. Now Leone. Now Jones. Now that's Gomez. On to Jones once more. Liverpool just playing it around here, looking to find a way through the Southampton defence. Here's Ngamoa, the tricky winger. What can he do? He cuts inside to find Isak. In fact, it was Nione, sorry, I should say. Here's Leone there. To Curtis Jones. Now Endo. Out he goes to the right fullback, Frimpong, I should say. Here is Endo. He's going to get a shot away. No, he's not. Shut out well there from Quasi. Here's the number 15, Leone. Now Chiesa. Now Gomez. Here's Robertson. Now Ngamoa. Ngamoa for Liverpool. What can he do? Cuts inside. Is he going to get a shot away? No, he's not. Here is Leone. Now that's just going to see who this is there. Frimpong. What can he do? Chiesa gets to the ball first, goes down, and the referee points for a goal kick there. Chiesa's looking at the referee thinking that he wanted more. Let's have a look at this on a second replay. That was a good play from Frimpong, incidentally. And Manning gets a touch on it, and it's Downs that goes in on Chiesa. Let's have a look. It doesn't look like a penalty to me. I think that would have been quite a harsh one to give. Chiesa went down looking for that. As the possession stats are up. Liverpool 52% possession, to Southampton's 48. So quite an even contest in terms of possession so far, but Liverpool edging it as they are in the passes too. 139 to 123 in terms of successful passes completed. Here is Armstrong now looking for Archer, but Mohamed Afri does well to come out and claim. Here's Endo. On to Frimpong. Plays the ball down the line for Isak. And it's Isak, the Swede. What can he do? He's going to go back to Chiesa. Good effort and a good save to deny him from Alex McCarthy as well, down low. And a strong glove on that from the keeper to deny Liverpool from going 1-0 up there. As Isak played in Chiesa. And Chiesa got a low effort onto the target of Alex McCarthy's goal, but the Saints keeper was equal to it as well to deny the host from going 1-0 up. Here is Robertson now. Here's Ngamoa. But it's now to be with Curtis Jones. On to Leone there. On to Endo. What can he do? He's going to go back, is he, to the goalkeeper? Now he goes to Joe Gomez, sorry, I should say first, and then on to Robertson. And looking to build from the back. Ngamoa goes down. The ref says free kick. Does Thomas Bramwell there? 24 played, still remaining Liverpool 0, Southampton 0. As they're just showing a picture here of, just showing Will Still there, I should say, the Southampton manager. Chance for Liverpool. It's Chiesa. What can he do? Good defending. Here's Ngamoa now. Is he going to get the shot away? No, he's not. He goes to Robertson. Cleared out for a corner in the end from Flynn Downs. I just showed Will Still on the screen there, not a picture. Sorry about that. Just to correct myself. Monitor in front of me. Liverpool have a corner here as we're just entering that 25-minute mark. Looking for the all-important first goal. Joe Gomez up from the back, as is Leone. Isak's in the box as well here from this corner. Chiesa takes, goes short, gets it back from Curtis Jones. Chiesa whips it in, it's cleared away from Downs, and now there's a free kick there. It's a collision between Archer and Frimpong, I believe. And the Southampton manager's gone down holding his head. Showing this Chiesa chance again. It was a really well worked bit of play from Liverpool and a wonderful save for Southampton as well from Alex McCarthy to deny him. Is Armstrong now for Liverpool for Southampton? Sorry, I should say. What can he do? Here now with Engamar, and they're just looking to play it, but play it around. Sorry, but there's not an awful lot happening at the moment. He's going to go out and play for a throw to Southampton. Here's the number 12, Edwards now. Now Wood, Quasi. Now Manning. On to Skieza. Here's Archer, back to Skieza again. On the overlap, does well to find him too. Gets the delivery in and it's comfortably into the gloves of the Liverpool keeper, Mamardashvili there. As Southampton were breaking and in a bit of space there, but the cross was straight at the goalkeeper there, and nobody from Southampton and gambled on taking a chance anyway. That's what we're coming up to the half an hour mark in this first half. Still just getting some instructions across to his boys. Pleased as well and satisfied with how this game has panned out so far. Here is Gomez, now Leone. Now Chiesa, now Gomez. Almost loses out, but keeps possession in the end. Here's Robertson now. On to Gomez again. Gomez do here. He goes across to his centre-back partner, Leone. Here is Gomez once more. Now Robertson, the Scottish international. Goes back to Mamardashvili. Hasn't really had a lot to do in this game so far, but he did make that one save to deny Armstrong, which was a strong hand on that one to stop that one from going 1-0. But Liverpool have had a few more chances so far. Chiesa having one, Isak having an early one too, but still we're deadlocked already at 0-0. And it's Gomez now. Robertson. On to Gomez again from Robertson and Leone. Now Jones and Engamar just kind of knocking it around between the pair of them. And Jones is going to look to go into the Southampton half here, and he does well to find Endo. Here's Engamar again. Is he caught? Referee says no. And Engamar does well to jinx away from about 3 Southampton players there. Here is Leone. Here is Gomez now. Joe Gomez. A range of talent on the bench for Liverpool as well, so they do want to go to the bench at any point in the second half. You know, if the scores are level at half time potentially. We've got options on the bench with Ekatike, with Conor Bradley as well if they want to change it up at fullback. And they've got a lot of youth players on there as well, array of talent there in terms of up and coming players, Gordon and Kurt and Morrison and Pinning and Dans as well. Also Kirk is of course one of the more experienced players. And the goalkeeper Freddie Woodman alongside Williams. And Southampton, if they want to go to the bench at any point, they can change it up quite a lot as well, including with Ross Stewart, one of the players there, one of the attacking options they could use, and also with Shea Charles too. It's whipped in here. It's headed away from Quasi. It's going to go behind for a corner, is it? No. Cleared out from Archer. And now that's Frimpong there. Now he gets it back from Leone again. It's now with Joe Gomez. Looks to find Rio Engamoa. To Andy Robertson. Rio Engamoa again. does well to beat his man and get a cross in, and a chance here for Chiesa, gets a shot away, and it's well blocked from Wood, the Southampton defender. Didn't know that one looked like it was on target, but Wood got his body in the way and stopped that from reaching the goal. And it's now just been comfortably knocked around at the back from Liverpool to see what they can do in terms of building the club. Here's Gomez again. Here's Dashvili again, the goalie. Of course, Liverpool have made a lot of changes, but you would probably still expect them to get through this time. They do have lots of quality on show with Isak and Chiesa and the likes of Curtis Jones and Endo in midfield too. Here is Isak. Isak does well there. He's got the ball still as well. Here's Naoni. On to Joe Gomez. He slips as he puts the delivery into the area, into the Southampton half, but gets the ball in, but it's now out and back down the other end with Archer now. And now that's Yanda. Now Manning whips it in, and it's a header. Oh, that's just gone wide from Archer. Took a deflection, I think, off the head of... Just trying to see who it was. It might have been Joe Gomez, the Liverpool centre-back. But that was a beautiful delivery into the area. Excuse me, from Ryan Manning. It came off the legs of Joe Gomez. Didn't really know an awful lot about that. And it could have easily been 1-0 Southampton there, with Archer getting his head on it, and then Gomez just putting his body in the right place at the right time to deflect it away for a corner. Lucky escape potentially there for Liverpool. It's going to be a corner though, see if Saints can get themselves a goal still. And it's whipped in, and it's comfortably claimed by Dashvili in the end. The second time of asking after a bit of a head tennis before that. Here's Gomez, here's Jones, now Engamoa. Now Naoni. Now here's Curtis Jones. Good defending there from, I think it was Jella. Chiesa loses out. And it's back to the Liverpool goalkeeper again. Coming up to 35 plays. And it's still remaining Liverpool 0, Southampton 0 here on the Commenttary Hub. And I'm your alternative commentator, Mike Harniman, of course, for this League Cup third round tie with Liverpool and Southampton still yet to break the deadlock. Here's Joe Gomez, the centre-back. On to Leone again. Here's Gomez once more. Now Curtis Jones. Now Leone. On to Chiesa. What can Chiesa do for Liverpool? He puts it out right to Frimpong, sorry, I should say. Liverpool just kind of keeping the ball now with Joe Gomez and Robertson interchanging passes. Now Curtis Jones involved too, and Engamoa. Here's Curtis Jones again. Chance for Liverpool to work something here. Here is Leone. Leone to Endo. Endo loses out though. And there's a foul there from Endo, but the referee's going to play advantage here. And Southampton can counter and then forced back though to Quasi and now Edwards. Edwards does well to bring it out from defence too. Here is Downs. Downs to Manning. Manning back to Downs once more. Here's Quasi now. And now Yanda. And Southampton doing well here. Looking to break Liverpool down. They've won a throw in, which Manning's going to take over on the left flank. He throws it into Archer. Archer loses out to Leone, and Leone passes it back to the keeper who smashes it forward. And bit of head tennis once more, and Liverpool have it now with Frimpong now. He gives it away to Yanda this time. And it's forced back by Quasi to the goalkeeper, McCarthy. And now Curtis Jones. Here is Robertson. Now Jones again. He's kind of just sitting here at centre back at this moment in time. And he gets it back again as well from Endo. Jones to Frimpong. Frimpong caught, but the referee's playing advantage here, is he? Frimpong is still down. He's just gingerly getting back to his feet now. He's going to take this throw in here as well. So no treatment needed. Here's Chiesa and now Robertson. On to Ingamara, but goes a bit too long there, and goalkeeper McCarthy comes out and claims. And he pulls it out to Ronnie Edwards. Onto the right fullback Yena, sorry. And here is Curtis Jones for Liverpool now. Now Robertson. Here's Isak. Isak does well there against Edwards. Isak is away. Isak tries to find Chiesa, but hooks away from Quasi and away from danger for a throw. It's a good play from Alex Isak there. They got away from his man quite easily, not once but twice. And here's Chiesa. Chiesa to Robertson now. See if we'll get a goal before half time, whether the two sides will go in at the break all square. Here's Leone to Endo via Nyoni, and now Gomez. On to Andy Robertson. Here is Chiesa. Chiesa does well, cuts inside, but then he's forced to check, and he puts delivery in, and it's cleared away from Manning though. And Liverpool went back through the defender Leone there, but he's given away. And given away from Southampton as well, so it's now back from Liverpool at the centre back position with Joe Gomez and now Trey Nyoni, and now Rio Engamoa. Rio Engamoa here for on the slot side. Here's Robertson. Here's Joe Gomez, and now that's with now Gomez again. Now Robertson. Robertson to Curtis Jones. Now Rio Engamoa. Engamoa does well. Finds Robertson. Now Jones. Now Engamoa again. He shot off the ball by Downs. The referee says no. Could be a goal kick here to Southampton, which Alex McCarthy will take. As Rio Engamoa gingerly gets back to his feet, but no free kick and nothing doing there for the home side. That's 5 minutes of the 45 left to play. Which time we're going to have as well. Probably not an awful lot, because I don't think there's been any real stoppages in this half so far. So probably only maybe a minute or so of injury time when we get to that. Here's Robertson though, now Joe Gomez. What can Liverpool do here? It's now with Robertson again. Is he going to be forced back to the goalkeeper? No, he's not. He goes to Joe Gomez instead. On to Leone. We're looking at signing Mark Gay from Crystal Palace in the summer, but that one fell through, so they've got to wait to see whether that one can be done in the January window or whether they'll have to wait until the summer for Mark Gay to come through the door at Anfield. But it's a good opportunity for players like Leone here to showcase what they can do, and then potentially cause a bit of a selection headache to Arne Slot. Obviously does have Virgil van Dijk and Canate, who'll be his number one partnership, but the likes of Leone and Gomez, these are the kind of games for them that are really important in terms of showcasing what they can do and giving the manager a bit of a selection headache. Here's McCarthy now. It's a chance if Southampton to break. It's now, in fact, given away is Naoni. As he fouled there, was it Quasi? I think he's down. In fact, there's another foul in there as well. The 2 Southampton men down there. Quasi one of them. I think it might have been Downs the other. Let's have a look at the second potential foul here. It was Frimpong, sorry, just left a bit of a late foot in. But no bookings or anything like that. Been quite a clean game so far. Referee hasn't really had to go to talk to any of the players or anything like that. It's been very free flowing, which is good to see. And that's completely fine after that little knock he just got a minute ago. Here's McCarthy now. On to... But it's knocked on against Chiesa, and Liverpool defend it well with Leone currently in possession. And now Joe Gomez. There's a chance here for Southampton, knocked on. There's a chance here, and it's up. It's Armstrong, he's in the post. There's a chance on the rebound, and it's wide. That was a big chance for the Saints. It was Chiesa that nodded it wide in the end. But that's a huge chance for Southampton to go 1-0 up there. Liverpool at 6s and 7s at the back. And just headed wide. It might have been an offside in there in the end. So they may have got away with it anyway. But it was a big chance for Southampton nonetheless, which they failed to take. Here is Archer now, and now Downs. Now Wood. Edward, sorry. Now Wood. Chance here for Chiesa. Isak, and that's 1-0. Liverpool have the lead. It's Chiesa capitalising on a mistake from the Southampton defender there. And Alex Isak, a couple of minutes before half time, puts Liverpool 1-0 up. It was a wonderful goal as well. Really well taken from the Swedish international to put it past Alex McCarthy. Set up on a plate for him by Federico Chiesa. And Southampton caught at the back there. And they've got to really do better than that defensively. We saw that at times last season in the Premier League, that the Saints were very lacklustre at the back. We saw that again there as well. McCarthy tried to find Quasi, gave it away. Chiesa comfortably nips in and then puts it on a plate for Alexander Isak, the new Liverpool number 9. And he gives his side a 1-0 lead coming up to the 43rd minute here. Liverpool 1, Southampton 0. Wonderful goal from Alex Isak, who goes to celebrate there on his knees at the corner flag. And there's a big chance just shown a minute ago as well from Armstrong, I should say. And then it was put wide from Chiesa. And it wasn't offside as well. I thought maybe potentially it could have been an offside at first, because it looked like the ball was straight away back with Liverpool very, very quickly. So they obviously weren't messing around and were trying to get down the other end really quickly to, counter-attack. But that was a huge chance, just a couple of seconds before, off the post from Armstrong. And then Chiesa just nodding wide of an open goal. And then literally within about 30 seconds or so, 40 seconds after that, they've been punished, and it's 1-0 down the upper end through Alex Isak. And Liverpool, the Premier League side, go 1-0 up. That's, what they say about football, it's fine margins, and that's a fine margin there. Could have been 1-0 to Southampton, and then literally within under a minute, it's 1-0 to Liverpool down the other end. As the referee goes to the book for the first time here, was Archer pulling Chiesa's shirt there. I think that is definitely going to be a yellow, and rightly as well. Referee books in for that. We'll have it here through Robertson. We're into additional time. We're going to have, let's have a look here, how much additional time there will be in the first half. Probably about a minute. Yes, a minute it is. And here is Isak now, and now Ngamoa. And that's with Archer. Here's Endo, does well. It's a good play here from Liverpool, and Ngamoa wanted to carry on there. Referee brought it back for a free kick though. because Ingram might have just played it into Chiesa, but then the referee was like, I'd already blown, so going to pull it back for a foul. It looked like Liverpool could have potentially been away for a second there, but no can do. So took referee Thomas Bramall. As we're now entering the final few seconds of the half, and it's now with Frimpong to see if Liverpool can get a second just before the break. Cleared out 2 downs, and what can he do? He's going to go looking for Chiesa, and that is half time. It's Liverpool 1, Southampton 0 here at Anfield at half time. A couple of big chances for both sides. Isak in the first minute with a really well worked bit of play, and his effort was well saved from McCarthy in the Southampton goal. Then not long after that, Southampton had a chance of their own through Armstrong, and that was a really good save from Mamardashvili in the goal for Southampton too. And then Chiesa had one that was really well saved low down, and also Southampton could have easily been 1-0 up themselves not long before Liverpool went ahead through 2 chances in one, really, with Armstrong hitting the post and then Chiesa on the rebound heading wide. And then after that, a minute or so later, just under a minute in fact, Liverpool go 1-0 up down the other end through Alex Isak. Excuse me. So we're going to hand you back over to Russ in the studio, and we'll be back in plenty of time for the second half. But as things stand at this moment in time, at the break, it's Liverpool 1, Southampton 0.
Thanks, Mike. Liverpool are leading here by a goal to thanks to Alexander Isak's first half strike. Can they build a line in the second half? Or will Southampton come back into it? Join us shortly for more action in the EFL Cup. Welcome back to the Commenttary Hub's coverage of Liverpool against Southampton. I am joined again by Mike Harniman, and a question for you, Mike. How long do you think Isak will last before being replaced in the second half?
I think probably around about an hour for Alex Isak. Obviously, he's just finding his feet at the club, and there is Hugo Ekitike on the bench as well if they want to replace the Swedish international forward. So, yeah, I think probably around about an hour for Isak in this one. And I think we'll see Ekitike get some minutes as well. And it'll kind of be a bit like that throughout the season, where they'll probably rotate between the two of them. So, yeah, I think roughly an hour will be what Isak sees this evening, I believe.
I would agree with that, Mike. I think you are spot on there, my friend. Less time now to hand back over to Mike as the teams are back out for the second half.
Thanks very much, Russ. So we are back here underway for the start of the second half. Before I run you through the two lineups of how the two sides are going to be setting up here at Anfield for the second half, got a few other scores I want to run you through briefly as well. It's currently Barnsley 0 at Brighton 3, Burnley 0, Cardiff 2, Fulham and Cambridge is currently 0-0, Lincoln 1 at Chelsea 2, Wigan 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1, Wolves 1, Everton 0, Wrexham 0, Reading 0. And of course, in this game, it's Liverpool leading 1-0 over Southampton thanks to Alexander Isak's goal. And it looks like Alex Isak is going to be coming off here at half-time as well to be replaced by Hugo Ekitike for Liverpool. And I think Southampton are as they were. Just going to confirm that in a moment, but Ekitike is definitely on for Liverpool. And he's replaced the goal scorer Alexander Isak. Into the second half. Of course, the Premier League side had other chances in this first half as well. Federico Chiesa looking bright, but Southampton had moments of their own as well when Mamardashvili had to be equal to a couple of chances down the other end too. And in fact, we're not quite underway yet, but we're going to be getting underway quite quickly though. Just give us a second here whilst Southampton get themselves lined up. I think there's a word there with Ryan Manning as well from the Southampton backroom staff. Southampton to get us off and running for the second half, and we are underway now with Quasi back to the goalkeeper McCarthy, who hooks it long. What can he do here? Headed up into the air by Endo and away from Andy Robertson, and his downs now. And there is Armstrong. And it goes to Archer, and Archer too. That was there that was involved. And Armstrong as well, as I said. But we're just underway here with Liverpool leading by that goal to 0. Incidentally, Adam Lallana, the former Liverpool man, is on the coaching team at Southampton these days, so I'm sure he would have had a bit of an insight into their half-time team talk and the way that the first half has panned out. Of course, Lallana was there under Jurgen Klopp when Liverpool were very, very successful. And there's Archer now looking for Armstrong, but Mamardashvili does well there. It is Frimpong now. On it goes to Leone, and now Joe Gomez into is Frimpong once more. And you throw the two sides in full for the second half in a moment. This is when the ball is next out of play. Here's Robertson now. That was Ngamoa. Here's John Gomez again. On it goes to Chiesa, and he just about keeps ball. Here's Leone. It's now with Liverpool just at the back at the moment once more. On to Ekitike, loses out there to the number 12 though for Southampton, which is Edwards. Here's Downs. On it goes to Jella, but right back now. Downs gets it back, and he hooks it long, but only as far as Liverpool's number 2, Joe Gomez, who goes back to the goalkeeper Mamardashvili. So the lineup for the second half are Mamardashvili in goal for Liverpool. A back four of Frimpong, Leone, Gomez and Robertson. Endo and Jones are the men in midfield. And Chiesa, Leone, Ngamoa and Ekitike is in possession now. How Liverpool line up for this second period of the game. And here is Ngamoa now. On it goes to Endo. Is he going to get a shot away? No, he's not. It's good defending from Southampton and hooked away at the second time of asking to number 13, Skienda. And here is Archer now. Loses out, and it's back to the Liverpool keeper Mamardashvili again. And the Saints line up in the second half with McCarthy, Jella, Edwards, Wood, Quasi and Manning across the back. And then Yanda, Downs and Skienda, I should say, are the men in midfield. And then Armstrong and Archer are the forward players. So only the one sub made so far, and that's from Liverpool, with Isak making way at the break for Hugo Ekitike. Liverpool leading by a goal to nil. Here's Chiesa, here's Jones in possession to Ngamoa. What can he do? Jinxes past a few players, but then knocks it back to Jones, and now Robertson. Here is Curtis Jones again. And Liverpool just playing it around here in a dangerous position. But nothing comes of it, and Southampton can get it clear through Downs, and now there's Endo. Here's Naoni, gets a shot away, takes a deflection, and it goes into the gloves of Alex McCarthy. Claims that comfortably there, just the Saints shot stopper. There's a man down here for Southampton as well. And I think it is, let's have a look here who's just gone down. It is Yanda, the number 20. We'll confirm in a minute though, but Saints are getting a sub ready. Let's see whether it is going to be him to make way. It's Shade Charles coming on. Number 24 here. I think they might be getting a second sub ready as well. It looks like that one is Robinson. Shade Charles will definitely be coming on, and it is the number 42 as well. Downs is going to come on. Robinson, sorry. One of the men to make way. As he shakes his head towards the bench there. So Cameron Archer is the other one to make way. So two changes for the Saints. Cameron Archer and Casper Yanda making way for Damian Downs and Shade Charles on the 50th minute mark. As the Saints look to pull this game level. Just coming off here now and applauding the away travelling faithful. There, just come on there was Damian Downs. Will be taken here by McCarthy, the Saints goalkeeper. Saints still leading by a goal to nil against Liverpool here, with Alex Isak the man on the score sheet. Since made way at the break though for Hugo Ekitike. Here is Curtis Jones now onto Endo. Endo to Ngamoa. Ngamoa to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez into Leone. Leone loses out, and it's with the substitute Shea Charles now. Now it's with number 13 Skienda. Charles collides there with Endo. It's a free kick to the home side. Referee Thomas Bramall says that it was the Southampton man at fault there, and Endo takes it quickly and just passes it across the floor to Joe Gomez, and now Andy Robertson on to Rio Ngamoa. Now Curtis Jones. Here is Andy Robertson once more, and it goes to Hugo Ekitike. He's muscled off the ball there from number 15 Wood. And there's a bit of dissent there. Is he going to get away with that one? No, he's not. That's a yellow card there for the Liverpool man for bit of dissent there after the foul was given against him just by throwing the ball away. A bit petty really from the... Well, actually he just punched the ball into the air. But yeah, very petty from the Liverpool striker that. And here is Charles for Southampton, loses out though. Now they've got it back. Here's Downs. That's Flynn Downs, the midfielder. Now Quasi. And now back to McCarthy. McCarthy to number 3 Manning. He's caught, but the referee says play on. Charles has possession here and plays it out wide right to Yellow. Into Flynn Downs again. Now Edwards. Now Yellow once more. Good possession here from the Saints. Here's Armstrong. Tries to find an on-rushing man, but Mohamed Daffy does well, and it's now Chiesa for Liverpool. On to Hugo Ekitike again. Hugo Ekitike does well. Jinx is past about 3 players there, and he's still got possession as Hugo Ekitike as well. Gets a shot away, does he? No, he doesn't. That was good defending from Quasi. Behind for a Liverpool throw. Mamardashvili did well just a minute ago to get on the end of this one to deny Saints from pulling themselves level. It was the other substitute, Damien Downs, in the area that was trying to get on the end of it, but the Liverpool keeper was more than equal to it. As Joe Gomez comes across to take this throw. 54 minutes played, still Liverpool 1, Southampton 0. Alexander Isak and his goal the difference. Joe Gomez takes, throws it into the area, and it's Quasi that's gone down there for Southampton, and a free kick has been awarded to the visitors. Of course, you're listening to the Commentary Hub's alternative coverage. I'm Mike Harniman, your alternative commentator, and we're going to be across plenty of different platforms throughout the season, so do subscribe to the Commentary Hub, Commentary Hub 2, JB Sports, Storm FM, and Turton Talks Football as well on TikTok. Commentary Hub's also on TikTok, as is the Focus on Football on YouTube too, I should say, and Russ has obviously got his own Twitch account where some of the games go across too, and Commentary Hub are also on X as well. Commentary Hub into your search bar, you'll find us. I think it's at Commentary Live 1, I believe. Damien Downs wins a throw for Southampton, and it looks like Liverpool are going to get another sub red. I think it's Conor Bradley that's just about to come on here for the hosts. Right fullback, and it's managed to take this throw in the meantime though. Here is Quasi. Now Wood to Edwards. Edwards goes long. It's now Joe Gomez. Is he going to be forced back to his keeper? Yes, he is. And it's now Mamardashvili, all green here for Liverpool. Here's the other defender, Leone now. The other centre back. Here's Joe Gomez again. To the 57th minute mark almost. Here is Robertson now. Here's Joe Gomez again. Saints are playing well here without really causing any issues to Liverpool so far, but Liverpool haven't really had that many chances of note in this half either, as Curtis Jones gives away a free kick here. But we are going to be seeing that substitution, and I think, are we now? Yes, we are. And it's going to be Bradley coming on. He is going to replace Curtis Jones, the man that's making way. Liverpool's number 17. And Conor Bradley, the fullback, is coming on here. A bit of a change of setup and system here for Liverpool, I think. Then Downs takes his free kick. Now it's Edwards. Now Yellow. Southampton have it in the middle of the park with Downs. And now Edwards again. Now Wood. Now Quasi. Forced back to his goalkeeper. McCarthy goes long, but finds Shea Charles. But he loses out in the end. It's now Joe Gomez. And here is the substitute Bradley. Now Frimpong looks to be playing a bit more advanced after that substitution was made. And now it's with Gomez, now Leone, and now Endo. Now aforementioned Bradley again. What can he do here? He's going to find Ekitike. Ekitike loses out, and it's gone off of the Southampton man into the gloves of McCarthy, I should say. Ryan Manning there defending, and defending well he was too. Here is Flynn Downs now though, as Southampton look to move the ball down the other end. And here is the other substitute, Downs. Be forced back to Yellett there. And now Charles, and now Manning again. Here's Shea Charles, what can he do here? Here's Chiesa. Now Flynn Downs, now Armstrong, sorry. Now Chiesa again. Chiesa to... There's a chance there for Southampton, but either way, but only as far as Gillett again from Edwards' pass. And headed up into the air from Shea Charles, but comfortable for Liverpool keeper Mum and Dad Finley there. On if they want to here, but Andy Robertson is just slowing it down. Here's Joe Gomez. Here is Leone now. Yeah, coming up to the hour mark. Here is Joe Gomez again. Now Andy Robertson. Here is Ngamoa. Now Leone, and now Gomez once more into Endo. Leone, and now Connor Bradley, and then Leone again, just interchanging passes between the two of them. Here's Gomez. Gomez now. On to Robertson. Now Ngamoa. Up against Jella. Ngamoa does well. Gets it back as well. On it goes to Jeremy Frimpong. Now Ekitike. Hugo Ekitike. Into Bradley, but well defended from Southampton there. Here's Manning. Now Quasi. On to Manning again. And try and see this one out for a goal kick, but he didn't in the end, and he had a bit of a nifty feet to get the ball away from going out for a corner. And it's back with Liverpool and Gomez, and now Naoni. Now that's with Robertson, now Ngamoa. Ngamoa up against Jella. Ngamoa to Naoni. Now Robertson. Is Chiesa now. Does well to find Endo. And here's Ekitike, and Chiesa puts the ball into the back of the net, but the flag is up against the Liverpool man. It was good build-up play and a good finish as well from Federico Chiesa, but the goal has been rightly ruled out for an offside flag. Yeah, he did go too soon there. That's a good decision and a good call from the linesman. There's going to be another substitution for Southampton here now, with Leo Scienza coming off to be replaced by Jay Robinson. Here's Quasi now, and now Manning. On to Robinson, the substitute. Now Flynn Downs, now Manning again. Here's Flynn Downs once more. On to Wood, the centre-back. Now that's Edwards, back to Wood again. 58% possession to 42 in Liverpool's favour in this half so far. Here's Manning. He's on by Bradley. He gets it back from Endo. Now Connor Bradley once more. The Northern Ireland international. Here's Endo. And now Gomez. On to Endo once more. In the centre of the park here. Playing well is Endo for Liverpool. Here is Bradley. Now Frimpong. Back to Bradley again. Connor Bradley tries to find Ekitike, and it comes off of Wood there, and Manning keeps the ball in, but only as far as Bradley once more. And now Endo again. Here is Naoni now. On to Robertson. Now Ngamoa up against Jella. Well to William corner, does it? No, it's gone behind for a goal kick, in fact. As we are entering the 63rd minute. Liverpool still leading by Alexander Isak's goal to 0. Against a very resilient Southampton side who are putting a dogged performance so far. Could count themselves a bit unfortunate to be behind in some ways, as they have had chances of their own too in this game. Here is Shea Charles now. Here's Robinson, was it? But it's no free kick anyway, and it's now with Engamoa for Liverpool. Engamoa back to Joe Gomez. Bradley to Frimpong and back to Bradley again. Incidentally, the sides have met 99 times. So this is their 100th meeting between Liverpool and Southampton in all competitions. Liverpool winning 53 times. Saints winning 24, and there's been 22 draws to date as well. And the previous meeting was last season, as Liverpool have a chance here through Chiesa, and it's well defended from Flynn Downs. But in that meeting last season, Liverpool won by 3-1 with Mo Salah grabbing a brace, and Darwin Núñez on the score sheet as well, with Smallbone, the man on the score sheet for Southampton. Southampton have been struggling in the league as well, in the Championship after relegation, losing to Hull and also losing to Stoke City as well. And picking up points against Portsmouth, Watford, and winning against Norwich City in the last round by 3-0. So Liverpool, they've had a fantastic start to the season so far, beating Everton at home, beating Atletico Madrid as well, beating Burnley, beating Arsenal, beating Newcastle, and having a 100% record so far to date in all competitions. Here is Hugo Ekitike. Robertson to Naoni, now Engamoa. Up against Jella, does well. Here's Ekitike again, now Joe Gomez. Here's Connor Bradley. On to Jeremy Frimpong again. The chance here for Bradley, what can he do? Loses out to Quasi, and now that's Damien Downs. He loses out to Ekitike, he gets a shot away, and it's dragged wide of Alex McCarthy's goal. 65 played, and it's still Liverpool 1, Southampton 0, as Alex Isak just puts his jacket on there, just showing his goal again. It was well caught out, well cut out by Federico Chiesa, who saw that Alex McCarthy might make a mistake, and that he did, and Chiesa just put it on a plate for Alexander Isak, who just slid it past the Southampton goalkeeper for the only goal of the game so far. 7 shots to Liverpool. Southampton have had 11 shots, so as I say, they have had some chances, not that many on target, only the 2, but Liverpool have only had 3 on target themselves, so pretty even really in that stance. As here's Gomez to Leone, now Bradley. Leone to Gomez again. To Emmy. Andy Robertson. Engamoa. Got Federico Chiesa in support. Also Naoni, who he finds, but it's given away in the end. And but Liverpool have it back through Robertson again. Now Naoni once more. Here is Andy Robertson again. Now Rio Engamoa. Jinxes past 2 players and wins a free kick there. Good bit of play from the young Liverpool man that. Does very well to get away from 2 players and win a free kick. Away from Downs and Armstrong. 2 pretty experienced players as well. And Rio Engamoa has already shone this season at times, and there was some nifty feet from him there. Very, very good bit of play. Free kick here to Liverpool. whips in. And Quasi just knocks it behind for a corner. That'll be taken by Andy Robertson over on this side, I believe. Yeah, it is Robertson that's heading over to the left to take it. He applauds the Liverpool faithful as he comes to take this set piece. Gomez up from the back, also Leone's in there, and the big man Ekatike too. Themselves a second Liverpool. Robertson takes the corner and headed away from Ekatike actually. He got ahead of his man and just nodded it wide. Southampton man went down in the process. It was Armstrong. It wasn't Armstrong, it was Manning, I believe. But no free kick, and went behind for a goal kick, which McCarthy took to Wood and Quasi. And here's Shea Charles now, loses out to Endo though, and here is Downs. Chance for Southampton to get the ball moving forward through Jella. Onto the other Downs now, the more attacking of the two. That was Damien Downs that time, who just lost possession. Dashvili just plays it to Gomez, and Liverpool just playing it around the back here through Gomez, Leone, Endo's in there as well. Just interchanging passes between the three of them. And it's with Leone now. On to Connor Bradley. And forced all the way back by Leone to his goalkeeper. He's giving it away straight to Flynn Downs there. On to Jay Robinson, and it's in the end by Andy Robertson, but only as far as Edwards. Here's Charles. On to Manning. See if Southampton can pull themselves a level up here, but no, it's going to be a throw. Will still just throws it to Manning, and Manning's going to try and get a few extra yards there and throws it to Damien Downs, and now Frimpong and Connor Bradley, and now it's with Quasi. Nando does well there, and Bradley switches play to Robertson, who loses out there, and it's now with Edwards. On to Quasi again. And Southampton are building up a bit of momentum here. Here's Shea Charles. 70 plays, still Liverpool leading by that 1-0 through Alexander Isak's first half strike. Here is Shea Charles though, trying to see if they can change that now, Southampton. Here's Wood. Onto Armstrong. Now that's Jenner. Wood onto the centre back partner Quasi. Now back to keeper Alex McCarthy again. Not very long is he, and it's lost out to Endo, but they get it back though to Southampton. And here's Ryan Manning now to Quasi once more. It's with Quasi, going to take a couple of touches and then play it across to the left full-back again. And Endo does well there. Here's Connor Bradley, he's going to leave it to Frimpong, and he loses out to Damien Downs, and he loses out again himself to Naone. Now Robertson, Andy Robertson. Now that's Naone. On to Endo. On to Jeremy Frimpong. Despite the 11 changes, Liverpool are keeping possession well here. They are looking good value for the lead. The Southampton really haven't got going in the second half in terms of creating chances as of yet. And it's been all ball in their half. Liverpool just comfortably knocking it around across the grass. Here is Ngamoa, now Naone. Ngamoa again. Here is Chiesa now. Ngamoa loses out, and then Chiesa bows down in the process. There's going to be a free kick to Southampton inside their own area. And I think we're going to see another substitution here as well. It's going to be the home side to make this change. I think it's going to be Jeremy Holmes, I believe, is going to come on here. He's the one that's getting ready at the moment. Here is Connor Bradley in the meantime. Tries to find Ekatike and does well to hold up play. Here's Endo. Onto Jeremy Frimpong. And his cross is currently claimed by Alex McCarthy. 73 played. Liverpool 1, Southampton 0. And we'll be getting ready to give my player of the match in the next sort of 10 minutes as well. Of course, sponsored by the brilliant Football Live this season. Here is Flynn Downs for Southampton. Trying to find Robinson. He's caught, he's caught offside there. Robinson was making a run, I believe, as well, but Gillett was miles offside. There's Ngamoa listening off to the bench here. It's the end of his evening. Rio Ngamoa has had a decent game. Showed a couple of very bright sparks and flashes of brilliance from the young Liverpool teenager. Certainly showing why he's very highly rated by Arne Slot and the Liverpool fans as well, as Jayden Danns comes on in his place. '75th minute, that one. And Liverpool go to the bench for the third time. Here's Gomez to Bradley. The second substitution, and so the second substitute that Liverpool made, Conor Bradley, and that's given away by Gomez to Downs now. Tries to find Lynn Downs, and you've tried to find Damien Downs, and went off Joe Gomez for a corner. Confusing at all having the two Downs playing for Southampton. Also Leone and Nyone for Liverpool as well. I'm just doing my best. There's Southampton with a corner here. That's going to be Manning to take. Lynn Downs and Robinson are on the edge of the area. Manning takes. He's headed away from Endo, but only as far as the number 17 Quasi, and it's put in by Shay Charles. Southampton have clawed themselves level, and it's the substitute Shay Charles that has pulled them back from the brink here, and it's Liverpool 1, Southampton 1. On a slot, just having a look here on the monitor at what his defenders might have been able to do better, but there's a delivery in from Manning, and Endo just knocks it into his own area. Quasi knocks it on, and it's put in by the substitute Shay Charles. Endo there just comes off his shoulder, I think, and then right into the danger area, and just hooked on by Quasi, and a lovely finish from Shay Charles to level the game at 1 apiece. It's Mamadashvili in the Liverpool goal. 76 played, and the Saints are back on level terms. And probably against the run of play in the second half as well. Still plenty of time for either side to find a winner, as we're coming up to the 77th minute mark of the game. And here's Leone now. Now Endo, see if he can capitalise on that see if he can make amends for that mistake. Here is Chiesa now. Now Robinson back to Chiesa again. What can Chiesa do here up against Jella? Chiesa into Ekatike, and that's just wide from the Liverpool man, and that's a dangerous ball into the area from Federico Chiesa. And Hugo Ekatike just nods wide of the post, unmarked, and it was good play from Chiesa, as I say. And Ekatike there would have probably put money on him scoring that one, but he nods it the wrong side of Alex McCarthy's goal, and it's still 1 apiece. Lucky escape there for Southampton. Hugo Ekatike into the heavens. Here is Jayden Danns now. And now Ekatike again. Onto the other substitute, Jayden Danns. Got Frimpong in support. Shea Charles, the Southampton goal scorer, does well to defend and knock it on to Jellett though. And now Damien Downs. On to Armstrong. Runs away from Joe Gomez. Falling cup tie now. Here's Flynn Downs. On to Jellett. Back to the Flindale Wood, and now the centre back partner Quasi. On to Ryan Manning. There's a foul there, is it, on Jay Robinson. Liverpool man down here as well. It's Leone, the Liverpool defender. He looks in quite a bit of pain, he does as well, does the Liverpool number 15. So hopefully it's nothing too serious and too severe. But he's certainly going to have some treatment here. And then we'll find out whether he can have to be replaced as well. But doesn't look very good at all. Leone looks in quite a lot of pain. But in the meantime, whilst Leone's been seen to and getting some treatment here, I'll just give you a little rundown of the game so far. Alexander Isak gave Liverpool the lead in the first half. And then in the second half here, it was Shea Charles, the man that pulled the game level. As Milos Kerkez is getting ready to come on here in place of Leone, who looks like his evening's work is done. It's a shame to see him go off like this as well. And hopefully he's going to be alright. Obviously all our well wishes go out to him on a speedy recovery here. But Milos Kerkez is the man that's going to be coming on for the final 10 or so minutes plus any additional time. Liverpool 1, Southampton 1. As things stand. And as things stand, if it's level as well, it will be going straight to penalties. No extra time in this competition. So if we aren't able to find the winner, then it will be decided by the lottery of spot kicks. But as I say, still plenty of time for either side to nick a winner before that. And here's Quasi now for Southampton with his throw. Into Wood, and it's gone behind it for another throw again. For Connor Bradley this time. Options on the bench for both sides as well if they want to use them. I'm sure we may still even see one or two more changes from both sides before the game is out. Here, in fact, to Southampton rather than a throw. It's going to be Ryan Manning to take. Manning whips it in and it's headed away from danger by Ekatike, and that was Downs, and then Liverpool can counter here. It's Jeremy Frimpong. Here's Ekatike again. Hugo Ekatike once more. That's a good bit of play there from Quasi. Here's Ekatike. Now that's Endman. That's how we end it. Here's Naone. Now Andy Robertson. It was Connor Bradley now. It's Impulse. Into the area and away from Quasi. Before she's in, I would run. It is Joe Gomez to the front. 82 players, still Liverpool 1, Southampton 1. As Jalen Dennis is in the area from this throw. Looks like Joe Gomez wants to go long. TK's in there as well, and all of your other standards up from the back. And it's back with Joe Gomez again. Now going to whip it into the area. It's comfortably claimed out of the air from Alex McCarthy. He's going to go long here. Straight to Armstrong with a wonderful delivery. Here's Armstrong for Southampton. What can he do here? Playing well against Jeremy Frimpong. From cuts inside to find Robinson. Robinson against Bradley, and Mohamed Daffy does very well there. Just the Liverpool keeper, and then bowls it out to. Okay, that one into Ekatike, and it's gone straight through to McCarthy in the Southampton goal. Here's Quasi. To the 83rd, to the 84th minute, I should say. Here's Flynn Downs now, and now Wood, now Quasi again. Quasi to Manning. Here's Robinson, and he loses out there. It's going to be a Liverpool throw, which Bradley wants to take, and he does throw it into Ender. Now Joe Gomez on to Bradley once more. Now Endo again. Back to Bradley. Now that's Andy Robertson. Now Kirkes on to Federico Chiesa against Jella. Chiesa here now. It's hooked away from Manning. And away for a throw to Liverpool. 84 played, and it's still Liverpool 1, Southampton 1 in this Carabao Cup tie. We're giving them the match very, very shortly as well. Here's Jeremy Frimpong on to Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley to Gomez. Gomez to Robinson, and now Chiesa got Ekatike in support. That's 2-1. It's Hugo Ekatike. Oh, what's he done here? Hugo Ekatike. He's just taken his shirt off. He's on a yellow as well with Hugo Ekatike. And by the rules, that's going to be a second yellow. Surely the referee has to book him for that. That's ridiculous from Hugo Ekatike. He knows he's on a yellow card. Frimpong's had a word with him as well, saying, "What are you doing?" And referee Thomas Bramall goes to his pocket, shows him the second yellow and the red. But yeah, Liverpool 2-1 up on a plate by Federico Chiesa to Hugo Ekatike. But then a bit of naivety really from the Liverpool forward as he removes his shirt and is then shown a second yellow and a red in the process. Liverpool 2-1 up, but are now going to have to see the game out with a man less as well. Good play from Kirkes, who finds Chiesa, who's onside, comfortably onside, and then he puts it on a plate for Ekatike, who just slides it into the middle of the net past McCarthy, but then he removes his shirt, and yeah, as I say, a bit of naivety there from the Liverpool striker, and that's a second yellow for him and a red. Liverpool 2-1 up, but a man down now as well after Ekatike shows a bit of foolishness there after scoring. It is instantly a yellow as well. In the laws of the game these days, you can't remove your shirt, you can't over-celebrate like that. And he's already on a booking as well. Two very silly yellows. The first one was for a bit of petty to see. Sorry, a bit of pettiness, I should say, after giving away a foul. And then the second one there, just removing his shirt as well. So yeah, two very silly yellow cards there, amalgamating in a red for the Liverpool forward. But they are 2-1 up though with around about 3 minutes of the 90 to play. Here's Ryan Manning though. And here is Damien Downs, now Robinson. Flynn Downs, now Damien Downs against Joe Gomez, and Gomez does well just to hook it clear. So Gomez, the England international, showing his experience there as Quasi comes across to take this throw. And Southampton are getting two substitutes ready here. I think one of them is going to be number 11, which is Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart's coming on to replace Elliot Shellett, is coming off, and also Ronnie Edwards. And Tom Fellows and Ross Stewart are the men coming on as the Saints look to claw themselves level for the second time. Tom Fellows, the number 18, and Ross Stewart, the number 11. Here's Quasi now with the throw to Manning. Into the area it goes, and it's now headed away from danger by Kirkers to Nyoni. Play there for Southampton. Throw 88 played, I should say, and it's still 2-1 to Liverpool. With Ryan Manning now. Jamie Robinson. And it goes to Wood. And now that was Fellows. And Wood does well there and wins a throw. There's Wood as well off of the substitute Dan. Now here's Quasi. Now that's the Southampton goal scorer Shay Charles. Now Manning switches play and it's headed on by Armstrong but given away in the end, and now Endo loses out to Charles, and now Flynn Downs. Now that's Fellows again. He's going to get a shot away. No, he's not. Here's Charles. He gets a shot away, but it's blocked by Endo. And here is Nyoni now. It was it might have been, and Endo's down here now in the 89th minute. Andy Robertson just getting some instructions across. So whilst Endo is going to potentially get some treatment here, I'm going to give you my player of the match in association with Football Live, and my man of the match or player of the match for this game goes to Liverpool's number 14, Federico Chiesa. I think he's had a very good game, got 2 assists, and has been a thorn in the Southampton side all evening as well. So Federico Chiesa is my player of the match in association with Football Live. And here he is in possession again as well. Gets a shot away and it's saved from McCarthy, but he's been a thorn, as I say, in Liverpool's defence all evening and thoroughly deserves that award. So Federico Chiesa is my player of the match, sponsored by Football Live, as we enter 6 minutes of additional time. We're into the first of those now. Federico Chiesa comes across to take this free kick. Footballing the cop. Beforehand. Liverpool fans looking a bit happier now. Here's Frimpong. Chiesa again. Now Bradley on to Frimpong once more. Now Connor Bradley. Here's Chiesa. He's going to get a shot away. He is, and it takes a deflection off of Downs. Flynn Downs, and straight into. Given a free kick there. It's Quasi. It was an offside. He just knocks it on to Flynn Downs. Flynn Downs to Ryan Manning. Ryan Manning into Damien Downs, and he loses out to. That was Nyoni that time. As we are now entering the second minute of the game here, and it's a yellow card for Ryan Manning. Yeah. Yes, it was Ryan Manning. It's a foul there on him by Frimpong. Southampton looking to get the ball moving quickly. Here's Flynn Downs. We've got 4 minutes to salvage the game here and potentially take it to penalties. Endo wins possession. Now my player of the match, Chiesa, gets away from Shay Charles, but he does well to win it back, and so does Downs, and it's Kirkhope who just boots the ball out of play for a throw to Southampton. It's been forced back into his own half though to Wood, and now Quasi. Next up in Liverpool in the Premier League is a trip to Crystal Palace, and Southampton's next fixture is against high-flying Middlesbrough at home, and see whether they can get themselves a goal here in the meantime though. And it's good defending actually. I think it might have been couldn't quite see who it was. Was it Fellows maybe? Here's Manning. And there's Shea Charles, and Joe Gomez does well. And for a corner. 3 minutes left of injury time here. 2.5 in fact now. Of course, you're listening to the Commentary Hub's alternative coverage of Liverpool against Southampton, and it's the Reds currently leading by 2-1 in this Carabao Cup third round tie, with goals from Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike, with an equaliser sandwiched in between from Southampton substitute Shea Charles. Ekitike seeing red after scoring as well for removing his shirt, getting himself a second booking for that. And here is hands to see the ball out of play. There's Ryan Manning though, and it's now Quasi. Should you be very pleased and proud of his side's performance today, despite potentially falling short? It's Dan now. On to Kirkes, now Robertson, and now that's Chiesa. Federico Chiesa does well to get himself away from Flynn Downs. He wins the free kick as well, does the Liverpool man. Very good play from him now, as we're entering the final minute of the 96. Liverpool 2, Southampton 1. If you want to find out what we've got coming up on the channel, keep an eye out for the next live coverage, and there will be games across the Premier League the weekend and many more games throughout the season, of course, in this competition. The Champions League, the Europa League, the Conference League, the FA Cup, internationals as well, and the Football League. We'll try and bring you as much coverage as we can from different competitions, as Chiesa collided with one of the stewards there, I think it was. But here's Ryan Manning now. And he's going to hook it into the area, and it's claimed comfortably by Mamardashvili, and that's 95 minutes, it was almost 96 played. Mamardashvili here going to take his time over this one and bowl it out to Chiesa, and it's now Downs and now Wood, and that is full time. Thomas Bramall has had enough. He's blown up, and Liverpool have progressed through to the next round by 2-1. The forwards have done it for them, with Alexander Isak scoring his first goal for the Reds in the first half, and then a Hugo Ekitike goal with around about 5 minutes of the 90 to play the difference after Shea Charles had clawed the South Coast side level on 76. Ekitike seeing red for a second booking after scoring the goal, and over celebrating and removing his shirt, but Liverpool seeing it through in the end, winning this game by 2-1 against the dogged Southampton side. And back to you, Russ, in the studio as Liverpool progress, but they did it the hard way in the end. Good performance from Southampton, and I'm sure they'll pick up as the Championship season unfolds as well. But from Anfield, it's Liverpool 2, Southampton 1.
Thank you, Mike. Full time here at Anfield then, and Liverpool have progressed to the next round, into the fourth round of the EFL Cup, thanks to goals from Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike. Shea Charles is put one back for Southampton, but the Reds are the ones that march on. We will go for a quick break before I get the thoughts of Mike Harniman. Welcome back to the Commenttary Hub's coverage then of Liverpool against Southampton. If you've only just joined, Liverpool have beaten Southampton by 2-1. I'm joined by match commentator Mike Harniman. And Mike, question for you, my friend. Thoughts on the game overall then? And do you think the result tonight is harsh on Southampton with the way they have played against Liverpool tonight?
Good question, Russ. And before I answer that one, I just want to run you through some full-time scores as well from the other games in the League Cup this evening. Was Barnsley 0, Brighton 6. That one finished. Burnley 1, Cardiff 2. The League 1 side victorious. Fulham 1, Cambridge 0. Lincoln 1, Chelsea 2. Wigan 0, Wickham 2. Wolves 2, Everton 0. And Wrexham 2, Reading 0. Obviously, this one saw Liverpool victorious by 2-1, and I think deserved as well overall on the balance of play. With obviously Alexander Isak scoring in the first half, and then Shea Charles putting Southampton level in the second half before Ekitike leveled Ekitike scored the winner, I should say, rather than levelled the game at 2-1. But then obviously you saw red just after that for removing his shirt in celebration as well, after already being booked for what also was a very petty bit of dissent really, after giving away a free kick. But yeah, Southampton can be very pleased and proud of their efforts in this game. They, obviously went to a very difficult place to go to in Anfield and put in a good performance. Had moments of their own. Mohamed Afidi had to be equal to a few chances, which he more often than not was. Obviously the goal, couldn't really do an awful lot about that. It was Endo just kind of making a bit of a mistake, and it was Quasi just hooking it onto Shea Charles, who buried it past the goalkeeper there for 1-1. But bar that, Southampton did have a few chances in the first half. I think they hit the post through Armstrong, and then the rebound was headed wide from Chiesa, and then literally just about a minute or so, maybe even under a minute after that, was when Liverpool took the lead through Alexander Isak on the 43rd minute, and then he obviously made way for Hugo Ekitike at the break, but Ekitike the match winner himself. So real dilemma for Liverpool in terms of their forward options this season, and I think that you will see game time from both of them. Both of them will contribute, and it's a good performance. I think whoever Liverpool face next round will find it difficult, because obviously they did get to the final last season as well before losing out to Newcastle. But they were brilliant in the Premier League at times, real dominant in terms of the way that they ended the season, and have started this season too. And obviously they've won this game without lots and lots of their star players as well. Obviously Mo Salah, obviously there was no Gravenberch, lots and lots of players. Dominic Szoboszlai as well was not involved today. Virgil van Dijk, Alisson the goalkeeper. The list is endless really. So it was a good performance from Southampton, and there is a lot to be proud of there, and I think they'll pick up in the Championship. I don't think they'll be in any danger of dropping again after relegation last season or anything like that. I think they'll pick up, and Liverpool, it just continues for them, doesn't it really? Another game and another win. So whoever Liverpool face off with next is going to be a difficult game for them. Obviously they've got Palace at the weekend, which won't be easy, and they're flying high in the league. Southampton's got a tricky game against Middlesbrough, who are flying high in the Championship themselves as well, but they'll take a lot of heart from this, and rightly so. So that's my thoughts on the game itself, hope you enjoyed the commentary as well. So thank you very much for allowing me to bring you this game, and I look forward to being back on the channel again soon.
Thank you very much there, Mike, and I agree with your sentiments entirely there on both points, on how Southampton played with Liverpool as well. And I think Liverpool will have a tough game against Crystal Palace on the weekend, and I think Southampton will not be in danger of going down either. That's all we've got time for here on the Commentary Hub this evening. Hopefully you enjoyed our coverage, and we'll see you again soon for more commentaries on the channel. Make sure you follow us on X at Commentary Live 1, formerly known as Twitter, and also on TikTok for the Commentary Hub 92. See you again soon. Goodbye for now.